Alright. Got another late stream. So, let's go right back into it. And, out of curiosity, we can keep going back. Are we allowed to eventually travel back to these, or... It looks like we have all of them. I'm guessing we're not allowed to travel back to them unless we keep doing this. I wonder, if we get into New Game Plus, will it force loss us when we do this fight? Neat. Anyway, let's investigate this thing. It's like an entryway into the Mershan Garden, right? Hey, you found the portal. Wasn't too painful, right? This is what they look like. Incredible. We're the only ones who can see them? I imagine so, judging by the virtual and virtual router. Though having said that, I'd say this is closer to AR than VR. Ooh, someone's in the know. You're right. Here's a text example of... This here's text, an example of augmented reality. With it, you can find more spots like these in a handful of places around Edith and convert them into portals. But there's more. Now that it's all prepped to go, Marduk support is finally ready to launch. And that's what exactly? Just a little virtual service we're offering to help with things beside clearing floors in the garden. Take a peek next time you go online, okay? Well... Guess we should. Access the garden. Marduk's support menu can now be accessed via the X button.
Welcome. I've got all your support needs covered.
CP supply service. Oh, okay. Cool. Item shop. Repair data in order to obtain unique rewards.
We've got the good stuff.
Oh, so that's how it works. You gotta collect a bunch of these in order to actually get the different items. Okay. And it looks like they do properly limit you, so... United hair. What the heck does that mean? Oh, so those are specific. We got one of everything, so we're gonna get one of everything. Allows the BGM and Martian Garden to be changed via Marduk support. Okay.
Appreciate your business. We've got the good stuff.
Exchange points. I guess, So it's 10 points each, but what can we get with them? 20 points gets us any individual stone, and then 50 for the various data. Doesn't seem that useful until you actually max out.
Let me know if you need anything, okay?
Nothing special
Appreciate
there.
your business. Let me know if you need anything, okay?
They're actually selling new weapons for everybody. For the most part. Not selling van stuff. Is it like they can't... Is it like they can't normally buy their stuff, so you have to go through the shop to actually do it? Huh. Owned. 0. That's a problematic number. and that's just a watch. Okay. Should we buy these? It's about 10k. Might as well. I believe we've bought everything that we need, so... might as well give them their best possible gear. We'll earn money as we continue forward.
Thanks a bundle.
The activity support hacking trials. Challenge trial stages to test Mare's hacking abilities. You know, I guess I might as well do this. There's probably an achievement tied to it.
Access granted. I'm going in.
Gimmicks and Traps is the perfect name for this.
This is kid stuff. I bypassed the security. That's a good lock. Now do me a solid and oh no sweat. This is kid stuff. I bypassed the security.
Nice. Oh, it's a checkpoint. Got it. Cheeky with that.
This is kid. Oh no, I've done it. I'm not done yet.
There we go. This isn't as easy now.
Oh no, I've done it. I'll be more careful this
The fact
time.
that it's on a grid is the worst.
That's a good lock. Now do me a solid and no sweat.
There we go.
Confirming surroundings.
Does this even do anything? Oh, just,
I'm almost up.
it gives you a read on the enemies.
This thing's as good as unlocked.
That's the level 1 challenge.
Hey, I've been waiting for you.
Whatever you say. Next mission.
Leave it to me.
2 minutes 40 seconds for this one.
Confirming surroundings.
Ah, trap. This is new. Occasionally after opportunities set traps for the defense units, they'll temporarily incapacitate them. That's why I set a trap. However, once a certain time is passed, trap will release and defense unit will be on search once more.
That's a good lock. Now do me a solid
Dang it.
and open up.
There we go.
Bypass the security.
It's a slow boy.
Ah! I'll be more careful this time. Confirming surroundings.
So we need to trap this guy. So that way we can unlock that.
That's a good lock. Now do I bypass the security? This is kid stuff. No sweat. Conducting search. Confirming surroundings.
Oh, you cheeky bastard.
Conducting search. That's a good lock. Now do me a solid and open up. No sweat.
Nice.
I made it.
Good
This
done.
thing's as good as unlocked.
Hey, I've been waiting for
Mission
you.
3.
Access granted. I'm going in. This is kid stuff. No sweat. Confirming surroundings.
vibe with the music.
That's a good lock. Now do me a... I bypass the security. Confirming surroundings.
Called it.
Conducting search. That's a good lock. Now do me a solid and open up. No
Nice.
sweat. Confirming surroundings. Confirming surroundings. No,
Aw,
I'll
dang
be
it.
more careful this time. Confirming surroundings. Conducting search.
Okay, now we should get it. Beautiful.
Conducting search. This is kid stuff. No sweat. Confirming surroundings. Conducting search. Confirming surroundings.
That one like covers the next square, so we have to wait a bit. We're good.
This is kid stuff. I bypassed the security.
You know what I'm getting weird flashbacks to?
Confirming surroundings.
Danganronpa. That will desync them, I believe is the idea. Yep.
I've got
Easy.
control of the system.
Easy
Want a
Marduk
place
points.
to chill? Then look no further.
Aw, we didn't get any bonuses.
Oh, want to change the music?
You only have so many options. But I do like how they offer all of these different options. Currently selected, don't change. I'll leave it as it is. If you want to change it later, we can change it.
We've got the good stuff. Appreciate you. We've got the good stuff. Thanks a bundle. Good luck with the investigation.
I think we were saving these, right? Yeah, we were saving these. I might want to update this just to get bonus stun damage. I'd say it probably would make a difference considering I think their stun meter is like actually 100. So bumping this up means this ranging buster is what? Around 10% more effective? We're going to be getting more skill stones anyway as time goes on.
Let's go!
Yeah, I say we do it. And I've already done it. As for, we're waiting for the next thingy. Alright. Wait a minute. New sub-event? What's going on over here? Oh there.
Sorry. Pardon me.
Huh. Well, someone's in a hurry. So much so that he failed to notice us in his way. When I'm so worked up. He was over the back streets. Might be worth taking a look around there later. Wait a minute. Why is that shop marked as new?
What a pretty canal. Allow me to assist. Hope to see you again. Allow me to assist. Hope to see you again.
I don't get why
Allow me
his
to assist.
why his shop had a new mark on it. But okay. Can we buy a few quartz to fill in those spots?
Hope to see you again.
See, if I recall, they were both
Switching
large
maintenance
slots. Yes. Okay, so we'll move this.
That's a
Throw
short
mine
skill
one in
learned.
there. Move this.
Hey, that's a single
Throw
skills
it in
update.
there. Oh, but she loses Guardian, but we don't want to lose Guardian.
Hey, that's a single element slot. Skills updated.
There we go. We bought a few new
Skills
ones,
updated.
so we'll just throw them in.
Skills. Hey, that's a single element slot.
Yeah, throw one in there. Alright, follow up on the story, finally.
Oh, the ocean is just as lovely in winter, isn't it? Hey, big boy. Wanna have a little fun?
You guys okay? Oh. He wasn't the, They weren't the trigger.
Damn brat! Giving us the runaround!
You'd best hand over that briefcase if you want to get out of here in one piece.
Oh yeah? Sounds a little overkill to me. How's it hanging, fellas? Pretty ballsy raising a ruckus like this in broad daylight.
Clearly, you're no upstanding citizens if you're pointing a blade at a child. So, what's it gonna be? Wanna try your luck with the cops? Or us?
Shit, it's that Spriggan from the Capitol.
And he's got his lackeys with him.
Oh?
You know about us? Word of our 4 SPGs must have clued you in. Evidently, we can't be too careful.
Oh yeah. That is a good point. The whole Forest PG notice thing does kind of clue in all the shady guys about him being in town.
And let's get one thing straight here. I am not his lackey. I'm barely even an employee.
So you're saying you're an employee?
Liking makes a difference. Anyone who gets in our way is gonna end up 6 Sarge under.
Where are they keeping those giant green guns?
They're weapons. These punks might be on the same level as Jaegers. No need to hold back. Let's beat them down quick.
Arrogant desire.
Roger that.
Give me your worst.
Beginning combat test.
Mysterious man. They have 3 different sets of stats, but the same HP.
Make it count!
Here goes.
Protect arms!
Cannot get all of them in range. Dang it.
Activating
Not
shield!
giving away. Blast him!
I don't get why she has the ability to just become a Grimcat in a situation like
Get
this.
ready.
It completely breaks her cover.
There's nothing I can't swat. Now or never.
Let's see, does she have an impede? She does not have an impede. You can't attempt to just bewitch all of them.
You're not getting away.
Hey, we actually got one of them. It wasn't who we wanted, though. And I do not think Earthguard stacks upon itself,
Use
so...
a sharp boost to get the upper hand. Activating
Dice you up! You're dead!
Forget it.
You're dead! Our chance! Satellite cure!
I owe you one.
Judith!
One down.
Finish him, Ben!
Give him your all.
Now or never. Ha!
Your turn, Judith! Our chance!
Activating skill.
Two down.
Ben!
Activating skill.
Now or never.
Initiating skill.
Three.
Chief developer.
They weren't all that tough, but their firearms sure packed a punch.
Bet they did. If my suspicions are correct, those weapons might be...
Decked arms. I mean, they shouted it, right?
You alright, kid?
Yeah. Not a scratch on me. I'd have been a goner if it weren't for you three. Thank you so much for saving... Whoops!
Oh no. Is that a Genesis?
There they go. All over the street, too.
Slow your roll a sec, alright? It's not like we're gonna run off on...
Van? Wait, that's...
Yep. Question is that one we already have? Or is that actually the 7th?
Luca, was it? You said you're looking for your old man?
That's right. It's been about 3 months since he went missing.
Luca.
It wasn't all that unusual at first. He'd always hop from job to job doing whatever work he could get. But eventually, I knew I had to track him down. Even Mom could tell something was up. Dad left this briefcase in his room, and I figured it might point me in the right direction. But then...
Those shifty-looking men appeared, and they've been tailing you ever since.
Back streets or not, they wouldn't have cornered you like that unless the situation called for it. Don't you have any idea what this is about?
Not that I can say for sure.
That's so. Sounds to me like his pops got tangled up with the wrong side of the law.
I've been meaning to ask. You guys are professional problem solvers, right? Maybe you can help me find my dad? Or, better yet, we could all go look for him together.
Luca.
Except, I don't have much Mira on me. Aw, now what do I do?
Financial troubles aside, those thugs might try and come after you again. I'd feel a lot better if he had an adult with him, but... What's your call, Van?
There's definitely more going on here than meets the eye.
We should probably keep an eye on him. Specifically because of the briefcase and the Genesis in it.
But I'm sorry, Luca. I can't
Genesis
take
picture
your
in it.
case.
Aw.
Is it because I don't have the money? Or because I'm still a kid?
Nah, that's not the issue. The fact is, your dad's been MIA for 3 months. This is exactly the kind of thing the guild and police are equipped to handle. Better to go to your local authorities before resorting to some spriggan from out of town.
I get what you mean. It's just...
That's an odd reaction.
Chin up. Who knows? We might stumble into some info on your dad out there. In which case, we'll get in touch. How's that sound?
I'm a little disappointed, but... I understand. Let me know if you hear anything. Anything at all.
It's a promise. But in return, you have to promise us not to run into any more danger alone. Deal?
Deal. You guys stay safe, too.
Okay then. The innkeeper will watch over him for the time being, so we can rest easy. Yeah, not much room for an armed assault with all the foot traffic this place gets. So, do you think Luca's dad was caught up in something shady? Without a doubt. These streets won't turn squeaky clean overnight just because the Mafia was wiped out. Thistledom's always been on the rough side, but that recent shift is making more waves than ripples. Luca getting jumped might just be another aftershock of Amada's big fall. I had a hunch this would lead back to them. It's bound to whenever the underworld comes up. The biggest tip-off was that photo. Those of the first Genesis, the one Anya's has. That's what I thought. I thought like the symbol in the center looked very familiar. Couple that with Luca's pops having criminal ties in the city Amada called home, and it all points to one thing. You think his father was part of their ranks? Aren't all their members in custody? Amada was a huge syndicate. It's not impossible that a few stragglers slipped through the cracks. Not to mention, the city was their base of operations for a long while. But they have plenty of spots to lie low. This just gets better and better. If it bears investigating, we might learn something about the legacy in the process. What should we tell Luca? He seemed to be unaware of what his father was involved in. And again, he may have had an inkling, judging by his reaction earlier. Yeah, no matter how well his pops kept things on the sly, I still hesitated when the police and bracers came up. I'm not so sure he has the stomach to unmask the whole ugly truth. Not enough for us to take on his request at any rate. That's just a springing away, I guess. So, what's our next move? Well, can't afford to drag our feet with those goons closing in. No way around it. One of us is gonna need to flex our connections. What are you looking at me for? Hold on, you don't mean... The very first Grim Cat and a famed chassonnier of bygone days. Even as a retiree, she seems like a powerful ally to have in our corner. I'll admit, Granny does stay on top of what goes on behind closed doors. He's practically got a sixth sense for when something fishy's ruined, no matter how big or small. To this day, she'll go sticking her nose in other people's business whenever the mood strikes her. Man, I think I'm starting to get it now. Yep, chances are her son's interest in your latest gig isn't just surface level. It's at least worth asking her about. You're not getting much of a choice, are you? Grinds my gears to lean on her, but it's probably our best bet right now. I knew you'd come around. Now we head to the shooting location then? Though, now that I think of it, didn't they say they were going to move somewhere else? Yep, assuming things are on schedule, they should be pretty close by. Let's take a look around. The time of day, I think, shifted.
Oh, it's...
Wait a second. Just checking to see if anything changed on the map. There is. New dialogue.
Lena and the rest of the crew.
Guess this is where they're filming next.
Grammy should be here too. Let's go take a peek.
Hello. About that boy you guys protected, it sounds like he's going through a lot right now, huh? Don't worry, I'll keep an eye on him myself. Get in touch if you find anything out, okay? Where's the briefcase? I don't want to sound like a broken record, but let me know if you can learn anything new about my dad. He had to have disappeared for a reason. We need to find him one way or another. Like, most likely we know who his dad is. But I have no idea who it would be. Choosing to proceed will cause the main story to advance. As a result, our remaining daytime quests and side content will disappear. I'm pretty sure we've done everything that we can, right? Oh, we could actually go towards the lighthouse now.
What a pretty canal.
Can we enter the lighthouse? No. Oh, there's a thingy. Give.
Seems like a good fishing spot.
Let's do this thing.
See, it's not new. Not sure if I missed that or not. If I missed it or if it's actually new.
Like a good hot bath.
Because it seems like nothing is really respawning. Yeah. Grassy, you have anything new to say? You do. The way you're running seems to be in a bad way. I have to wonder if it's really alright to leave the police and guild out of this. You seem to have your own plan here, though, so I'll just keep an eye on it for now. Get in touch if you make any progress. We'll help out however we can. Should I just turn in my quests? Let's see.
That's how it goes.
Oh, we only got 2. Damn, that was only worth 2. Brigand points are going to be very, very tight this playthrough, I think.
I'm really looking forward to the film festival.
Just experimenting.
I wonder when it'll start.
Yeah, I don't see any new clips anywhere. So most likely it's by map rather than like daytime, midday, evening time. The only place I could see
Their boats
refreshing
already
would
at
be
the
Edith.
harbor?
That document was forged, Ron. You have to hurry. As for me, I'll try to find out where they're headed.
Don't, Michelle! You've already risked enough!
Burn product placement.
Heard everyone go. What's happening?
You see, you know she's not a villain because she's using a T-phone.
Michelle! Are you there? Michelle!
And cut!
Which, if you didn't know, whenever people use iPhones
Amazing,
in
Nina.
movies,
I can't believe
if
you
they're being
landed
sponsored
that
by
in just
Apple,
one take.
the villain is not allowed to have an Apple phone. So if you pay attention to what type of phone they're using, if everybody is using an Apple device, but only like 1 or 2 people are using Android phones, those people are the villains. Or at least they're not good guys. Fun little movie trivia there.
Consider me blown away. You were perfect from the second we started rolling.
Well, I couldn't have done it without everyone's input. Oh, Mr. Gotti, what did you think?
I can't speak for Lom, but that was everything I envisioned and more! Eureka! I've just come up with a follow-up scene so marvelous, so spectacular, it'll knock your socks off!
He's a director who really just flies by the seat of his pants, huh?
Director, please.
More additional photography? Cut us some slack, sir.
100 hours of shooting footage.
Oh, Judith. And you brought Van and Katra.
Hiya, Nina.
Sounds like things are coming along.
Nina Finley. Yeah, this is the first time we've actually talked
I wanted to
to
thank
her.
you all again for helping out with today's shoot. Because of you, my first role opposite Judith is on the road to success.
Glad to hear it. But you should give yourself most of the credit.
Agreed. I'm starting to see why everyone was so charmed by your character in Wolves Requiem.
That's very kind of you to say. This is my first time doing a crossover, though, so I'm still a little unsure of myself.
It'll be a challenge, but I've got high hopes for you. Let's see how far we can take this thing.
Right. We'll give them a performance to remember.
Hey, Nina! There's something I wanted to run by you.
Yes, sir. I'll be right there.
Duty calls. We'll catch up later, okay?
Of course. See you on the set.
Man, that girl's got it made. Already a star, but with potential to spare.
It hurts to admit, but you're right. Just when I think I've seen it all, she throws me for another loop. I need to start upping my game before she upstages me.
Ha! Now that's what I like to hear.
Goes to what you wanted to see. Dominique Lanster.
Seems sharing the spotlight with Nina was just the kick in the pants you needed. Stick to that attitude and you'll get through my special boot camp just fine.
Grammy! Can you quit it with the super stealth already? And besides, with how packed the production schedule is, you'll be way too busy to train me. Right?
Don't hold back on my account. Chances like these don't grow on trees, after all.
All right, I'll do it, okay? Just stop giving me that look.
The sky is not helping the mood.
I think I understand why Judith is so daunted by her.
You can really tell who wears the pants in the family.
You two are those temps they brought in for the shoot earlier, aren't you? What business does a Spriggan have with me? Something tells me you're not looking for acting tips.
Locked already, huh? I reckon it wasn't Judith who filled you in.
You'd be right. I've been wise to the scuttlebutt on you for some time. Now, why don't you share what's on your mind?
Oh, the sun. I see. Something sketchy's afoot, that's for certain. I've heard talk about this legacy of Almada's, but I can't say the same about them having stragglers. In either case, you seem to be left guessing. That's what we're hoping to get your take on. The way you're talking, it sounds like you've already done some poking around for the first one. You'd have to be real thick to turn the other way, assuming it actually exists. Sounds like poking, like maybe an area of dry skin or something on my nostril. It's fun. Amada's legacy has been the subject of much speculation throughout the underground grapevine. It's something of an urban legend at this point, especially now that most of the Mafia is kaput. Rumor says it's a massive pile of mirror or some other grand treasure that was left behind. For a time, everybody and their mother was trying to find the thing. Though nowadays, it only feels like the occasional gangster or Jaeger still worked up over it. But haven't the police made a thorough inquiry into Almada at this point? Just how likely is it that something was overlooked? Good question. Word is that they seized everything from shell company holdings to assets squirreled away in foreign countries. Any rational person will tell you there's no way anything of value would be glossed over. And yet, some folks have enough grounds to believe the searches are keeping up. Some folks meaning, all things considered, there's only one real answer. And I want to say Lucas' father, but I'm not 100% sure. That's what it's like Zek Arms are the people that were going after it. Gotta be that new weapons manufacturer, Zek Arms. As I suspected, something about them moving into that building didn't sit right with me. They must have bought that place in hopes that a certain something of Almada's remained. Yeah, and remember all that heat those goons that jumped Luca were packing? Those are Zek Arms models. Kind you can't get on the market. Now in sense, says they've got a horse in this race. Now that you mention it, I've been noticing a lot of guys in black suits around town. It's a reasonable assumption. Regardless of their methods, it's clear Zek Arms is hunting for something. That fits in nicely with everything else we know. Looks like the pieces are lining up for you. I wager one of them will provide a lead on tracking that boy's father down, too. Lucas Pops knows something about the legacy. Zek Arms wouldn't openly throw that much manpower at him if they weren't sure of that. Then perhaps this calls for a little digging on that front, Zek Arms started out just 6 years ago, as I recall. They're headquartered in one of the free cities, but their actual operations and what have you are shrouded in mystery. On the surface, they design and manufacture weapons while marketing themselves as a private military company. But beneath the veneer is a whole bevy of nasty business, from testing illegal armaments to inciting conflict in war zones. Thing is, nobody has enough evidence to punish them for it. Not within the confines of the law, anyway. Wait, what are you getting at, Grammy? Well, now look at the time. I really should be taking my leave. And Judith, I said it once, I said it a million times. As a successor to the Grim Cat name, it's on you to decide what to make of it. That includes what you end up doing with this. Are these floor plans? Whatever you do, don't go making a damn fool of yourself, got it? Grim Cat stealth minigame? She's one hell of a grandma. Talk about having an ace up her sleeve. It's exactly the one we needed. I can give Zect Arms a property inspection they never asked for. Oh, the sunlight. I can't see shit. Hey, we'll take it. The same day, 8:38 p.m. Familiar music. The kid went home then? Yeah, well, it was still light out. I wanted to hang around until he heard back from you, but I had figured he was better off steering clear. Made the right call. When do you want to leave, Van? The two of us are ready when you are. No rush though, we're still ahead of schedule. Now hold on, you're not planning to go out at this hour, are you? It's chilly this time of year, and the area hasn't been too safe these days. Don't worry about us. It's just a little errand. We won't be long. You sure? Well, if you insist. It's probably best to push this plan back as late as we can. Let's kill some time in town before we're heading over to you-know-where. Good thinking. We need to finesse this thing so hard that it leaves Grammy speechless. Whatever you say, Judith. Anyway, this is our chance to make sure our equipment is in order. Oh hey, just popping in with an update from Marduk Support. Further analysis has revealed a new floor of the Merchant Garden, so check it out when you get a chance, okay? Oh boy. Second floor adds in a Merchant Garden. I really don't want to do it because then I won't have enough time to do the side quests, so I guess I'll do it next time. I want to do the side quest today. Whew, reeling in the fish we wanted was a lot harder than we thought it'd be, huh? Maybe, but it was worth to get this cool photo. Let's hurry and post it onto our account already. On it, I was thinking we could write down things you went through before making the big catch, like a diary. For example, we can mention how we got to meet Nina Bentley and her castmates at the movie they were shooting nearby. Good idea. Make sure to include the part when you got so caught up in watching them film they almost fell into the freezing water. Hey, what is this, Shannon's Wall of Shame? You're the one who suggested the diary. And it could be such a ditz. I mean, talk about not being the sharpest hook in the tackle box, right? Our posters are supposed to be diary styled, and her flubs and goof-ups have a right to be there. Nina's way cuter in person than she is on screen. And her acting's so powerful, too. It almost blew me straight into the ocean. Obviously, I'm a fan of my dad's cooking, and the food they make here in Messelham's great, too. But lately, I've been getting into Eastern cuisine. They don't have authentic places in this area, though. I'd really like to eat at one if I ever get the chance to travel to the capital. There was a time when the Mafia ran Messeldom streets, but even before then it was infested with small-time crooks in every corner. The fabric of the city is always shifting in one way or another, but my duty of preserving this inn is the same as ever. Not fearing change is a household rule of ours, so we're going to stand firm and keep doing what we do best. As you can see, my daughter can hold her own. Not many guests can get her to back down. What's more, she's a bundle of curiosity with a bright future ahead of her. I can rest easy knowing she'll be able to carry on the family business after I kick the bucket. After you kick the bucket, you look like you're in your 40s, maybe.
Sure, give me a minute.
At the most.
Didn't mean to keep you.
Piece of cake!
I did not even realize that I collected the 2 eggs that I needed.
See? I can cook too,
I
you
know
know.
for a fact I did not deliberately buy it.
Can I help you? Come again. Can I help you? Come again.
Question is, now that we have basically all the tier bombs and stuff that we need, we just eat everything we have, right? Get our gourmet level up.
Can I help you? Come again.
Brand's meat pie.
Sure, I don't mind. I learned this from Gran.
Oh. We didn't use all these. And bring a character up to level 18. So I guess it's like level up to the whatever the max level is. Got it. Anyway. Give everything to Van. Because it's funny. Except for the magic, which goes to Agnes. Alright. Do we just consume everything? We consume everything. Arts Defense 5 to everybody. No comments on the generic food stuff, sadly. 5 strength to everybody. Sweet.
Love me a sugar rush.
I can't take another bite.
Ugh, I'm full.
Do you get dialogue for these people eating it?
I couldn't eat another bite.
Yes, we do.
This tastes great.
Delicious!
And cake.
It tastes even better with others.
I feel rejuvenated.
Thanks for the grub.
That was delish.
Arts Attack 5 up for everybody.
Ugh, I'm full.
That was amazing. Thank you.
This tastes great.
Okay, I'm full now.
It tastes even better with others.
It's adequate, I suppose.
You don't like the salad.
Thanks for the grub.
And
I can't take another bite.
rank 6, Arts Defense 8 up for everyone. Yay. Alright. That was a decent power-up, honestly. Burp, hick. I don't ever drink anywhere else. Can't say a damn word. Well, I do go to that club in the back streets from time to time, but I never have enough mirror and the atmosphere doesn't suit me. That's why I always end up here when the dust settles. Hick. What? Gawking woman. Excuse me? You didn't happen to run into an actor in that inn just now, did you? An actor? Was you talking about Judith? I swore I saw him sneaking in just a minute ago. Oh, aren't you? Oh, crap. You know, now you mention it, I think they were doing some filming over by the harbor during the day. Maybe it's worth checking over there. Honestly, I'd be pretty surprised if some big-name movie star was holed up in an inn like this. Yeah, I guess you're right. And it's dark out here, so maybe I mistook him for someone else. Sorry for the bother. Phew, sounds like I wasn't her target. Wonder who she was talking about then. Maybe it really was just a case of mistaken identity. Who knows? There's at least one person that comes to mind, though. Oh, sir, could I bother you for a second? Something wrong? Well, kind of. You see, we had a young man come by to check into one of our rooms a little while ago. Dad was busy at the time, so I decided to take care of it for him. The man had this stylish brown hair, and when his sunglasses dipped down a bit, I could see he had these really gorgeous green eyes. Brown hair and green eyes. There's no way it's not him. So, what about the guy? He asked for a corner room next to the room that was already occupied. He even specified that he would prefer that the neighboring room be one without any women present. So I ended up putting him in a room right next to yours. Those are some pretty specific requests. Yeah, it seemed like he was trying to avoid being seen by anyone, and it struck me as a little suspicious. I thought about asking him what was going on, but I wasn't sure if I should or not. If you thought it was suspicious, then there's no need to involve yourself further. Was he alone? Yes, he's been shut up in his room ever since he arrived. Got it. I think I'll be a good neighbor and check in on him then. Some of what you said has me a little concerned. I'm not exactly sure who we're talking about, but let's find out. This is his room, right? Hello? Anybody there? I'm the guy staying in the room next door. Got a sec to talk? You said you're from next door? What can I do for you? The young lady that checked you in told us a little bit about you. That it seemed like you had something bothering you. He was pretty concerned. Now, I don't mean to meddle, but I see. I can understand why my behavior would come across as odd. But I'm really sorry. I'd really prefer not to bother you with the issue. Well, if you can't talk to a stranger, how about a coworker? Judith? Sounds like for whatever reason, her lips were not moving. Sounds like whatever's going on is part of why you were late to filming. I see. Now I understand why you're here. Let me introduce myself, then. My name's Eden Smith. I'm an actor and I came to Mesnum for filming. However, as you already know, I happened to miss today's shoot. By the way, Judith mentioned that you took my place during filming. Well, you know how Director Gotti is. When he makes a request, there's no getting out of it. And it wasn't so much taking your place as I was just filling in for a bit. Definitely not planning a career change anytime soon, that's for sure. Besides, seeing you up close, it's fair to say your face is far more suited to the big screen than mine is. Actually, now I think about it, I read about you in a magazine article the other day. You're one of the hottest upcoming stars of 1209. Maybe not too upcoming given today. Well, I don't think you disrupted the schedule as much as you think you did. Mr. Gotti said they'd only need to do a few partial retakes. You think so, huh? By the way, how exactly do you three know each other? Dan. Yes, the best way to put it is I was one of Mr. Arkwright's former clients. And I'm one of his assistants. Putting that aside, though, why don't you tell us the reason you didn't show up today? I heard it was because you weren't feeling well, but that wasn't true, was it? Well, you see, it's just... Listen, I get that sometimes there are good reasons for skipping work. But I'm going to be real disappointed if you keep trying to hide the truth from us, especially with you acting all fidgety like that. After all said and done, we're colleagues. If you can't trust me, then what does that say about our working relationship? Alright, I get it. It's just... By the way, here's my card. We do lots of behind-the-scenes work if you catch my drift. Arkwright Solutions? I didn't know people like you really existed. I think I understand how you met them now. I mean, that's the short of it, but yeah. You can't go to the police or the guild, we're the guys you call. Now, if that's how you describe your particular problem, we might just be able to help you. I guess if rumors have already spread about my absence, it's only a matter of time. Alright, I'd like you to help me drive off a stalker. A stalker? Hey, keep your voice down. Used to be just another fan, but around the time I started getting popular, she began showering me with letters and gifts. Not only was she sending them to my agency, but she somehow managed to get them sent to my personal address too. I started feeling like I was being watched everywhere I went. Sounds like we're already outside the realm of a little celebrity crush then. Me being late today was because I was having trouble giving her the slip. I'm positive she followed me to mess with him. You know, I've heard a little about the mental state of stalkers before. When facing rejections from the When facing rejection from the object of their affections, not only will most people turn inward, they'll assume they did something wrong. But with stalkers, it's the opposite. They'll get angry at the other person for not reacting the way they wanted them to. It's textbook narcissism. Yeah, we did deal with a stalker in the previous game, didn't we? If she's already that far gone, maybe it would be better to get the police or the guild involved after all. Well, I considered it, but it's not like she tried to kill me or anything. I don't want this to go public either. Could end up driving my fans away. But I can't afford to keep holding up production because of this. I just need a way to sort this out amicably. I think the Stalker Bureaus might benefit from a consequence or two personally, but if that's what you want. Anyway, are you gonna take his case, Van? Yeah. Aw, chaos. I love chaos. Alright, we'll do it. So any idea what the Stalker looks like? No, I'm not really sure. I've never actually seen her up close before. All I know that she's a woman. I assume that because she's trying to be stealthy, but although Ethan himself hasn't seen her, it's entirely possible someone else has. Like someone on the film crew, for instance. Should we start with them? Or maybe the person that told us about him being in here? Good idea. Let's see what they have to say. I think the crew's doing some teardown work by the movie theater right now. Oh, by the way, has your manager tried doing anything about this? He's actually outside the inn right now trying to keep an eye out. Not that she knows what the Stalker looks like either, though. Oh, and I did have one other request for you. I'd like to keep this private. Don't worry about that. It's not exactly our first trip around the block. That's good to hear. Anyway, sorry for all the trouble, but I really appreciate you doing this for me.
Time to go solve some problems.
Actor Malfactor. Alright. There's a decent amount of dialogue to cover in this place. Let's see. Guess we'll talk with the people before we accept the 4 SPGs. Sorry for not coming earlier, Mina. I had to put in a bit of overtime. That's okay, Dad. More importantly, will you be able to make it to my next recital? Of course. I even wrapped up all my work so that I could take the day off to see you. I managed to bring my work to a good stopping point today, so this is going to be the last night I leave Mina waiting. Plus, now I'm all freed up to watch a recital. That alone makes the effort worthwhile. Sorry I'm late, Tony. An old friend called and invited me to dinner out of the blue. That's okay, Mama. Mina was with me, so I wasn't scared or lonely or anything. Did you have fun eating with your friend? I certainly did. You're a very sweet boy for asking. And Mina here's quite a dependable young lady. Neither of you are anything at all like that wild child who's been skipping classes lately. Mama, Jed's not a bad kid, he really isn't. I only accepted my friend's invitation because I knew Mina was here to keep my boy company. But even so, it wasn't very fair of me to do. Maybe I'll buy him something as an apology next time.
Alrighty.
I love my mama, and she's always nice to me. But how come she won't even try to understand Jed? Maybe this is just another one of those grown-up things. Who's Jed? I love my dad. He's always trying his hardest to make me happy. But a lot of kids out there don't have anyone to care about them that way, like Jed. Gets me feeling a little guilty. Like an orphan kid, maybe. Hangs around the bad side of town. That boy seems to have both Mina and Tony concerned. It's definitely worrisome. Maybe I should broach the subject one more time. Now, Father Krenz wouldn't hear of it. But I still want to be of help somehow. Oh, Idios, lend me your guidance. Looks like the church has something going on. I'll just file it in the back of my mind for now. First, I have for you a document on the outcomes of juvenile delinquents who previously received rehabilitation support. Next are these projections regarding counseling for patients with drug dependencies. Thank you for putting all this together. I should now be able to visit and consult with the individuals in question without reservation. About that, Father, do you not think that you may be overextending yourself for these people? Going directly to the back streets to speak with them could very well place you in danger. they genuinely sought our aid, then surely they would come to us instead. I know what you mean to say, Father Krenz, but there are some things that cannot be grasped without direct intervention. To start, we must never disavow them entirely, but instead strive to understand them. Only then will matters come to light. Perhaps, but how far do you intend to take this? If the line isn't drawn somewhere, there'll be no end to it. I shall do all I can. That is simply my way of being. No matter who it is we are dealing with, averting our eyes and forsaking them is not the answer. Father Rodian's ideas are true to the Septian teachings as they pertain to salvation for the multitudes. But realistically speaking, there comes a point where we need to set our boundaries. I believe that to be just as valid a choice towards serving our purpose as a church for the city. So long as I am entrusted with the city's place of worship, I intend to treat every citizen equally. I will seek to understand their individual plights, even if at times it requires me to take the bad along with the good. This too is how one must be in order to guide others under the church's teachings. Seems like a very serious but good man. Radovan. Society's underbelly is alive and well in this city. To this day, you still have to watch your back once night falls. That said, it feels quite a bit safer compared to when Almada was around. Back then, even we at the forest were drowning in helplessness and fear. All done with my deliveries for today. I think I'll take a bit of a breather before heading back. Man, though, I can't get over the way delinquent me used to think this job was cushy. You know, feeling the sweat drip off your brow after a hard shift at work ain't so bad. Movies are different from novels. They have their own unique way of touching the hearts of others and portraying the truths of the world. Our city's film festival has made that abundantly clear, paving the way for the general populace to recognize cinema for its artistic merit.
Why not buy a souvenir to remember your visit?
I just want to make sure no one forgets what the Messeldom Film Festival's main purpose has been all this time. I see no crystals. Good. Provided all goes well, this year's Messeldom Film Festival should be held as scheduled. Our executive committee is wholly in favor of taking hard measures, such as bolstering security to ensure that we do not balk to terrorist threats. Additionally, a growing number of them seek to include a variety of new approaches from here on out. Currently, we're using the success of the Tharbad Film Festival as a frame of reference to devise a way of pushing the envelope in our own right.
We have merchandise for the movie on sale at the shop.
You can get a nice view of all of the backwards text.
Remember your visit.
But why, though? Like, why would the titles be reverse English? There's even an upside-down T there that I can see.
The showing on screen too?
I wonder if somebody could actually pick out what all of these words are. Because it looks like some of the letters are upside down, like F's are upside down and T's are upside down. Sometimes. Because I also see a right side up T right there as well. Yeah.
We have merchandise
Kind of fun staring at that stuff. I watched each movie that was up for an award last year at last year's Tharbad Film Festival. It wasn't a bad one in the bunch. As a matter of fact, I marathon all the festival nominees and winners every year. Assuming nothing goes wrong, both Tharbad and Messeldom will be holding a film festival this time around. Fitting in 2 entire catalogs will be difficult, but I'm gonna have a lot of fun trying.
Welcome.
Can we watch a movie right now?
The showing on screen
Ooh,
1
we
will
can.
soon begin.
Oh, they actually tell you which pamphlets you purchased. I like it. Do we watch a cheesy horror flick, or do we watch one of Judith's films? We'll watch Judith's film.
To remember your visit.
And head to theater with company of this choice. Good thing we have time, right? Robin, a rookie lawyer with a burning sense of justice, is embroiled... Oh, it's Sen no Kiseki OST. I thought I recognized this from somewhere. Embroiled in a case regarding the attempted murder of a homeless man. The defendant is a high school student named Eric, who was arrested on suspicion of assaulting the man with a steel pipe. He professes his innocence, however, claiming he was knocked unconscious when he stumbled upon the scene of the crime. Eric also testifies that he clearly remembers the face of his assailant. His name is Virgil, who just so happens to be a major witness for the prosecution and an heir to a large local business. Rumor mill paints Virgil as a man with a violent streak, but he has thus far eluded the eye of the law due to his father's influence. In this case, his father applies pressure on the local authorities and the prosecutor's office to give Virgil's testimony precedence in court. He also throws his weight around with other parties involved, including the law firm Robin works for, though this does little to deter her. Unwilling to let this mockery of justice go on any further, she makes her final stand in the courtroom.
As you can see, my client wasn't captured on the security cameras until after Virgil had arrived at the scene of the crime. Therefore, I'm calling the veracity of Virgil's statement into question. I don't believe he arrived in the nick of time to stop the attack. Furthermore, his claim about prying the pipe out of my client's hand strikes me as odd, considering his fingerprints were nowhere to be found on the weapon. In light of these contradictions, I think we can safely conclude Virgil's testimony is a sham.
Don't just sit there, Father. Do something! Stop her from spewing this nonsense!
I never thought such vital evidence would come out in the final hearing! Objection! This is clearly a stall tactic on the part of the defense. It's time we brought this farce of a trial to an...
Objection overruled. This evidence sheds new light on the case. The trial will proceed. I do not want to leave even a single stone unturned. Not at this juncture.
That filthy little lawyer's ruining everything. Damn her.
Thank you, Robin. Thank you so much. You believed in me, even when no one else would. But if this all goes south, won't you be in danger?
I'll be all right. Trust me. I'm not backing down until we get that not guilty verdict. People with power and wealth are not above the law. I swear on my badge, I will not allow them to taint our legal system.
Alright, opinions. I'm sure Judith loves it. The portrayal of a victim suffering from false accusations from people in positions of power was, unfortunately, very true to life. The film may have ended with Eric's acquittal, but in the real world, many people in his position are wrongfully convicted. All the more reason why we need lawyers who will seek out the truth, and also expose the people who try to suppress it. Although I get that it's easier said than done. That's why conducting proper forensic investigations is so important. As a researcher myself, I want to do what I can to improve that kind of technology. Phew, watching that makes me remember how stressed I was during filming. I had to reread the script over and over again. There was so much legal jargon, and some of those lines were really hard. It took a lot of practice to get them down pat. Yeah, I get it. Even if that lawyer character was wet behind the ears, she'd still be comfortable using that vernacular. I did interview real lawyers and went to see some live trials in order to prepare for the role. It was really educational, and pretty fun to boot. Hey, all that effort showed in your performance. You looked right at home in the role. You can even see it in your expression on the poster. You got this dignified, serious look on your face. You know it's gonna sway you from your path. Knowing who you actually are in real life, the difference is plain as day. Thanks. It's nice of you to say, hey, what's that supposed to mean? Classic backhanded compliment. Hey, rank 2. Is the lump chain effect up? Cool. We're not talking to you twice.
Thank you for your visit.
But it all goes well. This year's Macedon Film Festival should be held as scheduled. Our executive committee is wholly in favor of taking hard measures. such as bolstering security to ensure that we do not balk terrorist threats. Additionally, a growing number of them seek to introduce a variety of new approaches from here on out. Currently reasons, yeah. And second dialogue? Although the message on Film Festival emphasizes artistry, that doesn't necessarily mean it dismisses popcorn entertainment outright. Adopting a brand new direction could be one of possible several avenues to further improve the event. To that end, Director Gotti's behind-the-scenes stories from the Tharbad Film Festival were very helpful to hear.
We have merchandise for the movie on sale at the shop.
We have the poster. There's the poster.
Buy a souvenir to remember your visit.
We're here. Let's just bring up the topic. Filming in the winter chill's rough, but it makes for a gorgeous backdrop. That's one of the pros of filming on location. Each place and every season brings new sights to see. Good job in this afternoon shoot, by the way. Really does us a favor filling in for Ethan. We won't be able to stay on schedule otherwise. Alright, topic.
Let me ask you something.
A suspicious-looking woman, huh? I don't think I've ever seen anyone like that around, have you? Nope, I was too focused on packing up. Guess I wasn't really paying attention to my surroundings either. Maybe she didn't come this way? Or maybe my assumption was off. Sorry we couldn't be more help. We tried asking inside the movie theater? Couldn't hurt to try. Good point. Guess it's worth a shot. Thanks for your help. Topic.
Let me ask you something.
Thank you for your...
A suspicious-looking woman, No, I don't believe I've seen anyone like that. Several women have come up to the ticket counter, but they all seem rather normal to me. And no one's been asking around about someone in the lobby or anything? I don't believe so. They would have stood out to me otherwise. Alright, then thank you. And I guess you didn't come into the theater either. So we still don't have any leads. I have few and zeros running in reconnaissance mode, but they also haven't picked up any clues. Hello? What's up, Ethan? I've got good news. My manager said she managed to get a picture of the stalker. I'll have her bring it over to you right now. I hope it helps. Sounds just like the lead we've been looking for. Sometime later. Hello, you're the Spriggan, right? Ethan told me all about you. I'm his manager. I really can't thank you enough for your help. Well, got nothing to show for it yet, so you might want to save your thanks for later. Ethan said you have a picture of the stalker. Would you mind sharing it with us? Yes, I was just barely able to get a shot of her. Take a look. Oh no. I mean, we've seen this exact NPC before. She is, like this NPC... It's most likely not the same exact NPC model. But if it is, it's that one who was, always getting pissed off that her... Like, she was always getting pissed off at her boss. And she got caught up in the whole Basel incident. She seems really normal, maybe even a little uptight. Doesn't really strike me as a stalker type. I didn't think so either, but appearances can always be misleading. There's no doubt she's the one that's been following Ethan around. Now, I'll be heading back to the inn to check on him. Please keep us informed of anything else you find. Of course, we always see a job through to the end. She seems to take her job pretty seriously. I'm sure this situation must be awfully stressful, though. Anyway, looks like this picture was taken outdoors. Let's check out around outside the theater.
Let me ask you something.
Have you seen this woman by any chance? Huh, you know, actually, I think I saw someone like her on my delivery route earlier. We crossed paths on the stairs going down to the park nearby. The park, is it? Let's go take a look. I'm not totally sure it was her, though. It was pretty dark, so I had trouble making out what she looked like. No worries, you've been a big help, thank you. Sure, hope to find her. This is Another wild goose chase. Oh my goodness. Taking a walk at this time of day is a daily routine of mine. This park is part of my usual route. Still, messing them can be dangerous at night. Any ladies going about on their own should be especially careful.
Got a question for you.
Oh, that lady? Yeah, I've seen her. She was hard to miss, the way she kept turning around looking all over the place. It was like she was lost or something. Do you have any idea which way she went? Just down those stairs over there. Was she headed for the back streets? Not really the safest place for a woman by herself. She wasn't alone, actually. There was another lady with her. Really speaking, it looked to me like the second lady was tailing the first one. She headed down the stairs, too. I guess Ethan's manager finally caught up with her. Thanks for the info. But we were supposed to be handling it. Let's hurry before she gets away. Just drop a save down. We apparently got a thingy. Topics broached. An easy 2,000 Mira. What is it, Zeros? Huh. Vital signs detected. Vital signs? Hey, this is the woman in the picture. Wait a minute. What gives? If she's the one you're after, then... Like somebody got the drop on her. What's that picture, though? Are you alright? Yes, I think I'm starting to feel a bit more clear-headed. Hard to do this while you're still recovering, but we're gonna need to ask you a few questions. You're Ethan's real manager, right? That's correct. I have my business cards if you need No, that's alright. The picture you showed us is proof enough. Yeah, okay. I see now. The stalker secretly took the picture of Ethan's manager on the right. Which means the girl we met in the theater lobby was the real stalker. She originally approached me by saying she wanted to talk about Ethan. I tried to shake her off by winding through the back streets, but we got into a fight and... Bad news, I can't get in touch with Ethan. We need to head back to the inn. I'm coming too. Also, it's been bugging me, but what exactly are you doing here, Judith? There's no time for that right now. I'll explain later. The group rushed back to Ethan's room, only to find it completely empty. However, someone at the inn informed them that he had left with a well-dressed woman. Ethan... I know stalkers aren't exactly rare in our line of work. I never expected her to go this far. Better hurry and find them. There's no telling what she'll do next. Yeah, we just had some kind of lead on which direction they went. Hey, what's with that stain on your foot? Oh, that? She stomped on my foot when you were fighting earlier. On your foot? Wait, that's it. Just need to read the pattern left from the sole of her shoe. Good idea. Then we can use a shard search to track her. You can do that? Footprints are very specific. They reveal a lot about a person's style, their gender, even the way they walk. I'm pretty sure that's a movie trope and a load of BS, so, yeah. Let's have Vio take a sample of that print. Sorry, it'll only take a second. Oh, sure, of course. Analysis complete. Adding visual representation to Sarge search imaging. That should do it. We should be able to see where her footprints lead now. And all that's left is to follow her tracks. Leave the rest to us. We can't risk taking you into... No, we want to go too. My agency's problems are my responsibility. Well, got guts, that's for sure. Alright, let's go. Although there's a debate with reading footprints. You could almost certainly,
Something's there.
Footprints. Right now I just need to follow them. But where? Oh, there they are. Like, at the most, if you were reading footprints, you would be able to see the brand that it is. Okay, why would they be walking around all windy like this? Curious. Oh. Yeah, I think we found it. Stay back. Ethan. Looks like y'all figured things out pretty quickly. Don't try to interfere. Ethan and I have something very important to discuss. Please help me. Look, just calm down. We can talk about this. This is exactly why I didn't want anyone else to get involved. What you've done, Ethan? All you wanted was to talk things out, just the two of us. There's nothing to talk about. You claim to be a fan, but then you go and do something like this? You're crazy. Ethan, wait, don't antagonize her. Look, just back away from him, and we don't have to get the police involved. Our client doesn't want that anyway. Surely you're not willing to throw your life away for one man, are you? What do you know? I believed in him. But then he just threw me away like garbage. At least if we both die here, we'll be together for eternity, right, Ethan? She is insane. Threw you away? Wait a minute, wasn't she just a fan? That's... Don't listen to her. She's completely flipped her lid. Just hurry up and get me out of here. Actually, I think we should hear what else she has to say. May have made the request, but I'm the one who gets to decide how it's carried out. I was a fan at the start anyway, but he seemed to shine so brightly I ended up falling for him. Then he wanted more. So I sent my contact info in one of my fan letters. Even tried to get his attention at one of the events he was at. And he finally started to recognize me. We even had dinner together one time. Stop, please, stop talking. Ethan told me he loved me. He told me I was important to him. To hear him say those words, it made me feel so warm inside. But eventually, he didn't want to see me anymore. He wouldn't even answer my calls. That's not what happened. None of that ever happened. I don't even remember your name. I didn't mean that. What did you mean, Ethan? That you took advantage of a fan? This is a lot different from what you told us at the start. It is complex, but she is also the one pulling the knife and is definitely not mentally stable. And so what if I did? I'm a young single guy. Why shouldn't I be allowed to have some fun once in a while? Ever since I got popular, I've been so busy all the time. I just wanted someone to take my mind off work for a while. Well, he's not a good guy, but pulling a knife on somebody is insane. So we have an insane person and a jerk. Okay. And you don't you don't gotta play romance with a celeb. You got to play romance with a celebrity. Don't act like you didn't get anything out of all this. I can't believe you. You're ready to commit murder over this dumpster fire? That's ridiculous. You don't need to keep letting this guy hurt you any more than he already has. Oh, please, just put the knife down. I can't. Don't you see, I've done so much for him, there's no going back now. Stop, don't come any closer. Let fate decide. I honestly, this is like a no-win situation. But if I feel like we have to support the guy who is not the guy who is potentially going to be stabbed. We got to support him. So let's try to catch her off guard. Got it. Theo, Zeros. Roger. Huh. Thanks, you two. I won't have to deal with the consequences of your actions, but I can definitely empathize with the pain he put you through. At the very least, I hope you heal from this someday. Sob. Oh, that was a real shocking way to end things. Boo! Wish you had told me earlier you had something like that up your sleeve. Sorry for all the trouble, but I guess everything turned out for the... Thank you. These have been far too lenient with you recently. How dare you pull something like this behind my back? Not only did you blatantly lie to a fan, but you abuse your fame for your own benefit. Don't think for a moment I'll turn a blind eye to this. The pain you're feeling now is just a fraction of the anger that all women, her included, feel towards creeps like you. Thank you. At least he did not get off scot-free. Sorry you had to see all that. And thank you for your help in taking care of his request. Seems like he'll get a pretty stiff punishment for his actions, at least. Please accept my apologies for all the headaches he's caused. Not just for this, but for filming too. You have no reason to apologize. I'm just sorry you've left to deal with the fallout. In one way or another, I think some good will come of this. He broke his contract with the agency by pulling this little stunt, and I'll make sure he pays the price for it. But as far as the stalker goes, I plan to settle things with her out of court. I see. Hope everything works out. Well, I better get going. I still have to accompany the two of them to the police station. What's gonna happen with the rest of filming, though? Will everything be okay? I imagine I'll keep it on for the rest of the shoot. We're pretty far in production, after all. But I'm sure there won't be any objections to me working some anger into my performance from now on. Man, this has been one hell of a night.
That's one job behind us.
Actor malfactor completed. Good amount of money. Law and chaos. We probably could have steered that in any which direction we wanted. Why is there a shop back here?
The ocean seems kind of eerie at night, don't you think?
Probably was much worse when Almada was still kicking.
Blue. Hey, Blankov. I plan on taking a cargo ship across the northern sea to Northumbria tomorrow evening. Though the nation has endured much tragedy, it is still one of the heartlands of the northern culture. My gut says that I'll be able to unearth some lucky finds that may have been forgotten in the chaos. There's something to be said about the local winds, about feeling the local winds when you're out traveling. The night air we're currently experiencing is a mix of the ocean breeze and the mistral coming down from the northern nations. Basking in them as I ponder my next destination is a deeply moving experience, I find.
No need to be shy now.
You can make a few pendulums. Cool. In case we need them.
Come again. No need to be shy
These
now.
rare items. He has a vitality droplet. Do we buy it though? I think we do. I do not think we're going to be as strapped for money in this game compared to the last. We didn't go to the back house in the Orbital Factory yet. Knock knock. Hey, Nina. Oh, hello there, everyone. I didn't realize that you wore glasses. Did we all decide to take a bath at the same time? We'll see how we're feeling first. You're relaxed after a hard day of work, I'm guessing. And some proper rest is a must after how grueling today's shoot was. Maybe you and me can head in together if the time works out. By all means. Speaking of which, I was thinking of giving northern-style bathing a try since they have genuine loilies here. Embarrassingly enough, I don't actually know very much about it. Hey, admitting that is the right attitude to have as a beginner. First off, you can't forget to whisk yourself with the Vita. That's what they call a bundle of leafy branches tied together to make it. Here he goes. Man never changes, does he? Well, Nina seems to be getting a kick out of it, so I guess I can give him this one.
Well...
Thank you for the lesson, Van. I'll be sure to try that new bathing method when I go in. By the way, Judith, apparently the woman at the counter is an old friend of your grandmother's. She's been giving me a lot of special treatment thanks to that. Yeah, I didn't need the disguise after all. That's not much of a disguise. Like at the very least, Judith is wearing her hair in a different hairstyle than she usually has in all her performances. You let her hair down rather than being in a ponytail. You don't seem interested in making a pass at that young actress there, so I'll let you stay. You wouldn't believe the kind of riffraff we get whenever a celebrity comes in for a bath. I got plenty of practice shooting them out the door, though, every time Dominique stopped by in her heyday. Most of them may look out of sorts now, but the arts have flourished here for as long as I can remember. Back in the day, Dominique Lancer would even put on a concert in our city's theater every so often. And each time she would stop by to relax in our bathhouse. We've been friends ever since.
Would you like to use the bath?
Out of pure curiosity to see if they actually add Nina into the scene.
This is perfect.
Don't you think it's a little too steamy in here?
Doesn't look like they care.
It's so nice and warm in here.
That really hit
Like
the
possibly
spot.
a unique conversation
Come
or
see
something.
us again.
But obviously there isn't any. Let's continue sneaking around to talk to everybody. We had Blankov in the shop not too long ago. Apparently he and my grandfather met before. At his request, I took a closer look at some of my grandfather's old works and curio collections. It gave me a whole new appreciation for his skills and aesthetic sense. Now I know just how much I have left to learn. I got a fair share of acclaim for the detailed shaping of my pieces, but it isn't quite the same as the exquisite and majestic profundity my grandfather works are praised for. In that respect, I haven't managed to fully inherit his skills. Nothing to be done besides keep at it, I suppose. Ah, right into my left ear.
I'm gonna drink the night away.
You know what would really warm you up on this chilly evening? A few bowls of our seafood soup. Fish and shellfish have a lot of nutrition in them, so it'll do wonders for your health, too.
What can I get for you? Thanks for shopping.
Hey, Nate. That takes care of my daily report. Now to wait for the local law enforcement to get in touch. What is it, Spriggan? Here to exchange intel? Sorry to get your hopes up, but nah. I was just thinking about how rare it is to see you taking your work so seriously. Hey, I know a backhanded compliment when I hear one. This job was given to me personally by Inspector Daswani. I've got no choice but to buckle down. Besides, this is still a part of the Almada case, even if we're just sorting out the odds and ends. What do you know? He's finally starting to look and sound like an actual detective. Wipe that smarmy look off your face. And be sure to let us know if you learn anything new, got it? This is an important case they're trusting me with, so I plan on seeing it through as best I can. Got me busier than ever, though. Well, with all the people clamoring for my help these days. If this keeps up, I won't be able to take my girl out on another date for who knows how long.
Why, hello there.
Most of them nights were a fearful time until only recently. You often see mafia thugs running to and fro through the window. These days, there's a lot less trouble save for over in the back streets. Now we'll even get some tourists in our shop after dark. It really puts a smile on my face to have more people enjoying the city I call home.
Let me know if you need anything at all. Please, come back anytime.
Alrighty.
We did some research about Mesodum's waters before making this trip. The actual fishing part was rough going. Took practically the entire day to land the catch we were aiming for. I figure we can learn a lot more by seeing what kind of equipment they sell locally. So, I'm gonna buy something here and try out a new fishing method tomorrow. Could you imagine if they had access to this fancy schmancy orbital technology that we are currently using? We basically have a fishing cheat code. Dude's drunk. Ooh, liquor at one end and a pretty girl in the other. The perfect recipe for a good time. For us sailors, dry land's like an oasis in the desert. That's why you gotta go overboard. Can't well do that while you're at sea. Alrighty, time to buck up for tomorrow. Gonna work hard into the day so I can play hard at night. Hey, it's the Barker. When the sun goes down, the real fun begins. Beneath the skin of every human being is a beast waiting to cut loose. Rationality and moderation ain't worth a tinker's dam. So come on, don't be shy. Just follow me and I'll hook you up with one of the best dives in town. What about the diners and drive-ins? Ah, everything's going dark. It's the end of the world. Nip. What's that smell? Don't ask me. Somebody else must have farted. Forget it. Chow time. Bring me your finest garbage. Stat. Yep.
Well...
Oh yeah, that's the psychotic homeless man that was over in that little corner before. Oh, so that's what you're into, is it? You got my attention. What do you say we chat each other up a little longer? I promise your pocket won't regret it.
Hey, big boy. Wanna have a little fun?
Back here. They closed some pretty good deals today. About 5,000 mirrors worth altogether. These lemon-flavored uppers have been making me a killing lately. Those textures are kind of clipping through each other. Trying to see if I can, like, read what the different graffitis say.
It's certainly lively in here.
Places like these really get going at nighttime. Probably best that we grab what info we can and go.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's like twice as many people in here. Probably 3 times as many compared to the daytime. Please, make yourselves comfortable. There's no better night for it after all. Incidentally, I don't suppose you've been facing any troubles in your line of work. Oh, I don't mean to pry. Offering business advice to others simply happens to be a pursuit of mine. I find the many different ways people make mirror to be quite fascinating, you see. Do let me know if you ever need a willing ear. Now this is a piping hot combination. You really know your stuff, Dominique. As if there was ever any doubt. You're no slouch yourself, though, Director. It takes a keen mind to visualize an idea right after hearing it. Well, look who came to pay us a visit. You two sound like you're talking up a storm here. Having a little chat about show business? There we are, man. You see, I've been racking my brain for ways to push the alluring combo of arrows and savagery to even greater extremes. When I brought it up to Dominique, she pointed out a blind spot that had slipped me by entirely. That's saying a lot coming from you. Let me guess. Did Grammy advise you to mix in some audio magic? You're spot on. Director Gotti is second to none when it comes to exhilarating staging. But as for sound design in particular, making the most of the movie's score, he's no match for me. I'll say, it never occurred to me to accompany a scene that thrilling with a sorrowful bolero. And without any sound effects at that. I have to admit, I wasn't all that convinced at first. But once I closed my eyes and played the scene out in my mind, I saw it. The elevated sensation and immersion. The pathos bubbling over. What else did you expect from a legendary chancier? I still not sure if that's how you pronounce it properly. I was looking at the R and roll at the last word. It like looks very weird just because there's that one little square between where Gotti's legs overlap where you can see the background. It's just perfectly there. True enough, all the events and plays Grammy made hits out of, the music always played a major role. Subverting musical expectations is something a lot of productions have used to transform themselves. Audio usage, however, it's up to you to blend all the elements together into a cohesive movie, Director. At the very least, whatever you put together, I'd better live up to the number I picked out. Say no more, Dominique. Your song of choice will be woven into Salvatore Gotti's most cathartic show of Eros yet. The world is right to call Dominique a legend. She went up me good there. Not to mention her definition of entertainment slots in seamlessly with mine. Tonight, we're going to while the hours away by sharing as many industry secrets as my heart can handle. Director Gotti here is a more engaging fellow than most. There are very few men who could talk on my level when it comes to entertainment. It's been a long while since I had somebody worth drinking the night away with. Might just be the one. The owner seems as unperturbed as ever. No matter, my duties as a hired hand are to be performed without complaint. That much will never change. I can't help but wonder how the owner managed to slip out of the police's crosshairs. It isn't something to be proud of, but one has to admire the extent to which he's taken things.
May I help you? Thank you. Yeah! Shake it, baby!
What are you doing here? Miss Coconut, are you sure this really is the place to be gathering material? The way I recall it, Akira and the rest of the main characters were all underage. Well, they are, but I wanted to find a nice spot to relax. For me. Anyhow, this club is the real deal, huh? Just look at how raunchy that girl on stage is getting. Please stop leering at the dancers, Miss Coconut. You're embarrassing me. Huh, so Cronin isn't good with places like these. Not that I care one way or another. Yeah, I don't think I can relax here. It just isn't the same as how I pictured. Not to say it doesn't pique my interest, but what I need is someplace cozy and comfortable. I have a feeling they're going to be following us around the whole game. The hedonism, the degeneracy. No, I need to stay strong. For Miss Coconut's artistry, I'll wade through hell and high water. I'm on top of the world tonight. Ooh, no other club out there gets me worked up like the way this one does. My wife would divorce me in a snap if she caught wind of this. Good thing I don't plan on getting caught. Okay. I got a letter around the beginning of January from someone who helped me out in the past. It really took me back. Her name's Mistress. Sounds like she's still doing well for herself despite everything going down at the capital. Hard to believe that 8 whole years have passed since she left this place. Mistress, the Blackley District's charming Lady of the Night. Supposedly the owner here had some kind of dirt on her. Must have been a big deal around here if this girl still looks up to her after all this time. Mistress was the top earner at this club until 8 years ago. A lot of us girls adored her like a queen. If it wasn't for her, I never would have gone from life at rock bottom to finding a steady job at this club. And not even she was able to stand up against the owner. He made sure of that.
Indeed.
Alright. Anyone else you have to talk to? Just people over there, but we can handle that last. We have a side quest to take care of. One more for SPG. The artist. Somebody had the bright idea to vandalize one of my ships recently. I know I should probably report this to the police, but blowing a gasket over something so trivial will get you nowhere in the city. That's why I would like to let the perpetrator off with a warning, as well as a chance to straighten out their life. Would you mind helping me find them? If you're interested, I'll be waiting at the far west end of the wharf. Wilmer. Oh, it's all the way over there. We have to toggle this first. Toggle. Oh, you just walk right past it. Perfect. You know, respect to the artist. That's not too bad. Very trippy, I dig it. You must be the guy we're looking for. Archive Solutions. We're here about the request you posted. Well, if it isn't the Spriggan. Thanks for coming. Alright, let's step to it. Why don't you start by giving us more info about your request? Your note said you want us to catch somebody who's been spray painting your boats? That's right, it's turned into a real problem. You see, I run a number of different businesses, and we use my ships for foreign trade. But just take a look at this one. That sure is something. Kind of impressive, honestly. They did it so quickly, too. One of my employees stepped away for just a moment, but there it was. Artistically speaking, it's very well done. Yeah, but I get why you wouldn't want a skull mark on a foreign trade vessel. Sounds like someone was trying to grief you. I don't mean for this to sound accusatory, but is it possible you've wronged someone recently? No, I don't believe I have. Not that everything's smooth sailing all the time, but things have been pretty stable in Mesodome for a while now. However, I've heard a few rumors recently. Apparently, this exact style of graffiti has become quite a common sight in the area, even in public spaces. Oh, it's the same guy who did that interesting crow painting. That I said, like, the eyes look very fairy-like. I bet. I suspect whoever's responsible for those is also the one who did this to my ship. Huh. Now you mentioned it, I guess we did see some graffiti around town earlier. Still, if it's really that big of an issue, why haven't you taken this to the police yet? Right, it seems a bit odd to reach out to a Spriggan for help. Given the nature of the image, the culprit could easily be held on charges of both property damage and slander. I suppose that's a fair question. But if something like this were enough to rile me up, I'd never be able to do business in Messedom. The thing is, even with Almada out of town, crime is still pretty high around here. Getting the law involved is a good way to build grudges. By going to a Spriggan, I'm trying to prevent any future retaliation. Is it really that dangerous around here? Guess you can never be too careful about your livelihood. Agreed. If I hadn't heard about Arkwright Solutions, I'd be in a world of trouble right now. Anyway, given the situation, if we find the suspect, I'd like to let them off with a simple reprimand. That is, if they agree to help clean their art off my ship. What do you say? Do you think you can help me? Well, it does sound like our kind of job, still. Not too sure about this one, but should we just go ahead and accept anyway? We gotta get the SP, baby. Alright, it's a deal. We'll take your case. Thank you so much. I'm in your debt. Oh, and just so you know, the rumors didn't specify anything about what the artist looks like. That being said, I believe I've heard they work almost exclusively at night. In the dark to stay hidden, huh? Makes sense. Sounds like now's as good a time as any to start investigating then. Yeah, let's head to the back streets first. If somebody's slinking around at night, we'll probably find them there. I suppose it is where we're most likely to find our next lead. Well, look at the time. I have some work I need to get to attend to, so I'll leave you all to it for now. Would you mind giving me a call if you find anything? Feel free to ring me whenever. Will do.
Time to go solve some problems.
The artiste. What's up, kitty?
Seems like a good fishing spot.
Let's do this thing.
Did I actually get stuff, all the stuff over here? Oh, whoops. We'll probably get a toggle for it to actually infiltrate. Decked arms. You never know from the outside, but supposedly the place is heavily guarded. Security's part of their business, so we'll have to stay on our toes. Good to go, Judith? Yep, just say the word. Choosing to proceed will cause the main story to advance. As a result, some unfinished quests and unused events will disappear. We need to continue preparing because we have a side quest we need to do.
Hey, big boy. Wanna have a little fun?
Sup, young man? It looks a lot like the art we saw on that ship. Let's ask these guys about it. Hey, you got a minute? We have a few questions about that piece over there. Huh? Haven't seen you around here before. Sure. You guys like it too, huh? I've been thinking about it ever since we spotted it earlier. It's incredible. Is this done with spray paint? I doubt a public wall is the best place to be doodling, though. What did you just say? Look, it's not just doodling, alright? It's graffiti. Sorry. Yeah, it's alright, Katra. Graffiti's still kind of an on-the-rise thing. I've heard about it before, but this is my first time seeing a piece so up close and personal. Yeah, it's pretty avant-garde. You guys really seem to know your stuff. Can't you just feel the heat pouring off this thing? Subtle messaging. When the world's trying to rein you in, you gotta break yourself out. I thought this was about causing havoc and wrecking shit. Man, this is exactly why I don't associate with uncultured losers like you. What'd you just say to me? You're cruising for a bruising, pal. Hey, hold on, guys. To each their own, alright? So I'm guessing you two didn't make this? No, the real artist actually painted right over a piece of our own. I'm sorry to hear that. It's whatever, just something that happens around here. Only so many places in town that'll let us do art on their walls anyway. It's kind of like a turf battle, but for artists. Of course, if somebody paints over our stuff with something lame, we'd probably just beat their ass. When is this good? I just gotta deal with it. You know, I kinda like their attitude. Oh. A second. There we go. We have lots of little unspoken rules like that. This is how we roll around here. But this newbie doesn't seem to have figured it out just yet. Newbie? Like I was saying before, there's places where graffiti is allowed and places where it ain't. See, a long time ago, there was this group of punks that liked to paint wherever they wanted. Then they got sued by the tourism department. That's why we have a rule to only graffiti in places where it's not going to cause problems. This newbie doesn't seem to care, though. They're spray painting people's homes and everything. And one's on the main street. This sounds like it could be our culprit. Yeah, the description is practically a perfect match with the rumors. Huh? What are you talking about? Sorry, don't mind them. We're looking for someone that's been doing some graffiti around town. Any idea where we could find this newbie you were talking about? Nah, never met him ourselves. Not sure if they're just super stealthy or what. What we do know is that they're apparently pretty young. Now that you mention it, I did see some new graffiti over at the park when I last came through. Looked pretty fresh. Maybe you guys might want to try over there. That's a pretty good lead. Thanks, guys. Park's just up the stairs from here, right? Let's go check it out. Follow the footprints. Hurts to admit, but this newbie everyone's talking about is the best Muslim seen in a while. Doesn't seem like they know the unspoken rules of the streets, though. Hopefully we'll get the chance to give them the heads up before they get cuffed. I saw some new graffiti over at the park. Looked pretty fresh, so whoever did it might still be around.
Hey, big boy.
Pretty good. Crow over a melting moon. He was right. It's not even dry yet. Must have just been here. This one's just as impressive as the last. Yeah, you can really tell they have a gift for art. Some people are just drawn to this kind of thing. It kind of feels like there's this longing to be free. Honestly, if you showed this to an appraiser, I bet they'd tell you it was worth a load of money. You can put a price on a wall? Never even considered. Wait, if that's true, don't you think the art could increase the value of Wilmer's boat then? I mean, assuming the culprit really is the newbie they were talking about. Yeah, it's possible. You know, from how our client was talking, it sounded like he'd been in Messeldom for a long time. I mean, his reputation for culture, well, with all the commerce, sightseeing, movies, and ballet. Seems kind of odd he wouldn't know about the graffiti scene, or how valuable it could be. Maybe he's just not into art? I mean, it probably just looks like scribbles to some people. Besides, I'm sure having a skull paint on the side of your trade vessel isn't very good for business. Yeah, I guess you got a point there. Huh, looks somebody's coming this way. Let's hide. If we're lucky, this might just be our little artist friend. Hide? Where exactly? Oh, let's try those stairs over there. Stealth. I love doing the bit, like with whenever I'm playing D&D with my friends, it's always just like, all right, so you go stealth. Just crouch down, Skyrim style. What's a young girl doing out at this hour and all by herself? Looks like she's interested in that piece of graffiti. Those punks really freaked me out earlier. I think I'm in the clear for now, though. Just gotta add a bit more shading here, and... perfect. What am I even doing, wasting my time on this? Must be stupid or something. Oh well, at least it helps me get all that pent-up energy out of my system. But she's getting ready to leave. Seems like she's pretty good at avoiding people. I guess she'll take off when we try to approach her now. Let's wait for her to get wherever she's going. We'll try to talk to her when she's less guarded. Stealth mission? Stealth mission, let's go. Follow the graffiti artist. If you get too close to the target, they'll notice you. Conversely, if the target strays too far, their trail will be lost. Maintain safe distance while keeping the target in sight. Forget. Wasn't there a button for stealth, for taking cover? Oh, it's B to hide. It's literally in a very tiny UI box. scared. Okay, now we approach her. Approach the child. Oh. Hey there. Holding out tonight, isn't it? Who the heck are you guys? Our Great Solutions. We might be what you call fixers. There's a job we're on right now. And we're kind of on lookout for somebody. Listen, all we ask is to hear us out. If you don't like what we have to say, we'll just tell our client we couldn't find him. But we're gonna need you to be honest with us. Let's start with the most pressing question. You're the one that did that graffiti in the park, right? You wouldn't be asking if you hadn't seen me. Yeah, I did it. What's it to you? Alright, let's move on to question number 2 then. Did you graffiti a skull onto one of the ships in the harbor recently? Yeah, I did that one earlier this evening. The ship was so big, it was like it was made to be a canvas. You seem pretty proud of it. Looks like you got our culprit alright. The guy who owns the boat is looking for the person who's taken to decorating it. Sorry, but you're gonna have to come with us. Whatever, he just wants me to clean it off, right? Pretty funny that he'd send fixers after me for something so small. Don't you think you should be a little more remorseful, young lady? You're lucky he wants to resolve things peacefully. You could have called the police, you know. When you make a mess for somebody else, you gotta apologize for it. Yeah. I try to make a break for it, but it sounds like that just makes things worse. What a pain. By the way, what's your name? We'd like to let your parents know what's going on. Name's Kisara. I ain't got any parents. Oh, I didn't mean to. As you probably ask, I ain't got a home neither. I'm a stowaway from Northumbria. Only landed in Musseldom a few weeks ago. What? A stowaway? Makes sense. Northumbria was in a pretty sorry state after that whole salt pail incident. But ever since they declared independence from the Empire, support for rebuilding efforts have been on the rise. That's what I've heard too. It seemed like an odd time to stow away though. Oh sure, everybody else is in good spirits. Must have been nice to get a fresh start. I couldn't stand it. Everything felt so suffocating. My dad died when I was young, and for a long time it was just me and my mom. Then 5 years ago, she had a rare disease and it was getting worse. There wasn't much doctors could do, so they just put her on bed rest. That's when the Northern War happened, and the Empire invaded Northumbria. Now, if I remember correctly, they even declared it a province of the Empire. That's right. For better or worse, they started reconstruction of Northumbria under their rule. After the war, a lot happened. We declared independence, and life got easier for lots of people. And everyone who needed a doctor could finally get one. But as reconstruction went on, Mom kept getting worse and worse. The doctor said it was because she didn't get the treatment she needed from the start. And then at the end of last year, she... So sorry, we didn't mean to make you go through all that again. I don't need your pity. My mom always talked about wanting to live overseas someday. I think Calvert was a place she wanted to visit the most. She used to go on and on about the legends you guys have here, like Grimcat and stuff. That sounded like an interesting place. Oh, did she? So I figured, now that I'm on my own, what better place to go? All these people here got it so good, kinda ticks me off. Anyway, I learned about graffiti and I started doing it to pass the time. Nothing more to it than that, really. Now here you are. Is it your story or mine? Whatever, fine. Let's go talk to that ship guy so we can get this over with. Sounds to me like there's a little more going on here than just some graffiti. Let's deal with the request before we cross that bridge. Sounds good to me. I'll get in touch with our client. Dan put in a call to Wilmer and gave him a quick explanation of everything that happened. Well, I certainly wasn't expecting a little girl to be the culprit. I don't care if it's graffiti or whatever you call it, but you can't just go around drawing on other people's property. Hey, aren't you gonna apologize? Sorry I painted on your boat. Apology accepted. Now, as long as you agree to help us paint over the drawing, we'll consider the matter settled. Phew, I'm glad that's the end of it. Yeah, I agree. I don't think so. Also, that shirt says love and violence. Interesting. What is the other smaller text on it? As for the rest of you, yeah, my sincere thanks. I have to walk her through the repainting process, so I'm afraid it's goodbye for now. Thanks again for all your help. Van patted Kasara on the shoulder. It's not going to be easy, but make sure you do a good job, alright? Hey, don't go getting all touchy, you creep. Well then, with that, let me show you to our warehouse. She's gonna run away. Is that what it is? Or is there something sketch happening? Oh, something sketch is happening. Hey, where are we going? I thought we were headed to the boat. You didn't really believe that, did you? I think this means you don't understand the gravity of your actions, then. Allow me to explain. You see, the material used to coat the outer shell of my ship is of incredibly high quality. Your worthless graffiti has damaged it irreparably. I'll have to pay roughly 10 million mira to see it repaired. Did you really think something like that could simply be painted over? How would I know? You stupid... Shut up, shut up, shut up. Learn how to speak to your betters, you damn punk. This dude is irrational. My apologies. Now, how do I get you to pay for this mess? Oh, I know. You can work for my company. Huh? Yes, that's an excellent idea. You can be our exclusive in-house artist. You know, I actually have a few contacts in the art world as well. I'm sure they'd be more than willing to pay for your work. Ah, yes, what an amicable solution. So, what do you say? Well... I need an answer. Alright, I'll do it. Then we have a deal. Pleasure doing business. Of course things turned out like this. Always get the shortest end of the stick. These people that got us to just toss me to the side, I hate them all. People have to suffer because of love, is what it says. Okay. Now let me take you to the room I prepared for you. Don't worry, you'll be guaranteed food, clothes, and shelter. You'll never need to take a step out of my sight for the rest of your life. Sorry, but I don't think I'll be letting this one slide, Wilmer. The Spriggan. As much as I appreciate your help from earlier, I'm afraid I must ask that you leave. Trespassing is not an act that I take lightly. I think we'll be staying right here, actually. Especially after what we heard through the bug I placed in Kasara. You placed a bug on me? Is that why you patted me on the back? Did you now? And I assume you have a reason for going to such lengths. Sure do. See, when we first approached you about your request, you were talking like you'd been in mess with them for a while. And if that's true, there's no way you wouldn't have already noticed. Kasara's art is crazy good. So good, in fact, that if you were to have somewhere to sell it, they'd no doubt make a good deal of Mira. Huh? Plus, you were pretty quick to declare that the recent outbreak of graffiti on the art on your boat were done by the same person. That's because you have a keen eye for artists. While I appreciate the compliment, I think you might be overstating things. Did I not say that graffiti's all scribbles to me? We'd heard you said that about having your contracts in the art. We heard what you said about having your contacts in the art world by Kasara's work. I'm afraid there's no coming back from such a contradiction. Just admit it, Wilmer. This entire time, your goal has been to find some unknown, uber-talented graffiti artist. And use her as your personal cash cow, wasn't it? And that's not even to mention the lie about the damages being 10 million Mira. That's just what Kasara's art would sell for. I'm only connecting dots because Van said something to me earlier, but... Wilmer's come up as a suggested target in my fantasy files in the past, which means now's my chance. I can't believe it took me so long to notice, though. So what? You've already agreed to settle things, with her approval too. The way I see it, you've no right to complain. She only agreed because you threatened her. If you're thinking of reporting me to the police, I would reconsider. After all, doing so would likely place the blame squarely on your own shoulders. I mean, think about it. You illegally barged into my warehouse, assaulted me, and even attempted to steal all my valuables. You think they'll believe something like that? Well, you said it yourselves. I have been in business for Messeldon for quite some time. I've got a certain amount of sway around here, enough to cover up any mistakes even. Now, it's high time you meddlers saw your way out. I think. Don't you agree? What are we gonna do, Van? We can't just let him go. We'll lose out if we keep pushing. None of our normal methods are gonna work here. That said, I'm not exactly keen on letting scheming old men get their way. Guess the only thing we can do now is leave it in her hands. Her? What was that? A card? It can't be. If evil hides in darkness, then my justice will be a shining light. Grimcat at your service. I've come to take a special treasure from a certain villain. Grimcat? Isn't she just some silly legend? And what do you mean a special treasure? Are you talking about this girl? You're delusional if you think that'll lose to you. What? Already gone. Recovery successful. When did you really beat? Hold on, what exactly is happening here? Don't worry, you can leave the rest to me. Not too shabby. But that's who he was talking about. Listen up, from this moment on, the child's mine. You try and take my things, and you'd better be prepared for retribution. I'll steal your entire fortune and spread it across all of Messeldom. Don't think you can intimidate me with your bluffing. Want to try me? For starters, how about I take all the mirror you piled up from not paying your taxes? Then I think I'll take your secret account book and parade it around town. It's hidden behind a door that can only be opened by a single key, right? One that's on you at all times. How could you possibly know all that? Are you truly a phantom thief? Seems you still don't understand the position you're in. I take it that means your stats and ill-gotten gains mean less to you than I thought? No, please wait. You win. I just have to pull back on the girl, right? How hard can you get? Say it with your chest or not at all. Alright, I swear I'll leave her alone. I'll never interact with the kid ever again. Are you happy now, Pete? You act too big for your britches, but fine, I'll suppose I accept it. Pray we never run into each other, grand criminal. Enough, I bid you adieu. Grimcat then picked up Kisara, jumped out of the warehouse, and disappeared into the dark of night. Damn it all. How did the Grimcat end up finding her way here? Everything was going so well. Well, that's the end of that. We can just leave this guy here and get going. Yeah, I'm right behind you. Happy ending. Phew, I thought my heart was gonna explode back there. I never thought I'd actually get to meet Grimcat, though, and she even saved me. Yeah, it's a miracle she managed to show up, right, Judith? No need to act all sulky about things. I wouldn't be acting so sulky if someone didn't wait until the last second to give me the signal. You guys didn't happen to see where she ran off to after she brought me outside, did you? He told me to wait for you all to show up. Are you friends of hers or something? Oh, no, not us. That'd be crazy. Let's just say we bumped into each other a few times. Oh, well, yeah, I guess that makes sense. Anyway, I guess, well, I wanted to thank you all for coming to rescue me, I mean. I still can't believe the old guy was such a creep, though. And I screamed like such a little girl, too. Hey, there's nothing to worry about. I mean, I was pretty freaked out myself. Let's just be glad that everything worked out in the end. Doggo. Oh, I almost forgot. Grimcat gave me a message to pass along. What did she say? She said, I may have told him that you were mine, but truth is, you're free now. Oh, that's a little sad to hear. You think so? Why is that? Don't worry, it's alright. She's done more than enough for me already. I'm not sure how to put it, but I guess the world isn't such a bad place after all. I wish I knew how to thank her for saving me. Maybe I'll try giving more thought to my future. I've kind of been doing whatever I felt like since coming to Messeldom, but it might just be time for a change. Sounds like a good plan to me, anyway. And if there's anything we can do while we're in the area, just give us a holler. We give some pretty good discounts for our success stories, you know? And let the act down for a minute, can you, Van? Thanks, I appreciate it. And with that, the curtain closed on the case of the creative culprit. With the reward they got from Wilmer in hand, Ben and the others went back to preparing for their big heist.
That's all, folks.
Mira deposit confirmed.
Even paid up. Still have no idea how that happened. And between you guys and Grimcat, maybe this world ain't such a crap hole after all. Anyway, I'll start worrying about where to go from here tomorrow. That was too much for me. I'm drop dead tired. I feel that. Thankfully, we're done with all the stuff now, so we can just save by the quest starting point. And now the graffiti permanently gets to scar this this boat. Money get. They are not equipped with accessories. Wait a minute. You should get the gladiator headband. And we'll throw this on. Weird how there's no tick sound when you go between reserves and main party. Just dead silence. But got our side quest done. And we'll resume this next time. Until then, have a good night.